চেষ্টা যে যে কতটা কি আপনাদেরকে নিয়ে যাচ্ছি সব জায়গায় শুভেচ্ছা এবং ভালোবাসা টাইম স্কয়ার নিউ ইয়র্ক। তো প্রিয় দর্শক মহল আমার সাথেই থাকুন এবং আমরা এনজয় করি টাইম স্কয়ারের এই ভয়াবহ ঠান্ডার মাঝে কিছু কিছু দৃশ্য। ও মাই গড, ও মাই গড। সি টাইম স্কয়ারে এবং আমার প্রিয় দর্শকদের সাথে নিয়ে আসছি। এখন আমরা এখানে একটা আইসি নো সরি
Good, very good. Chicken kebab.
হালাল
Chicken halal.
চিকেন হালাল ওকে উই ক্যান। নিউ ইয়র্ক থেকে আমরা এখন টাইম স্কয়ার আইসি। টাইম স্কয়ারটা কিছু কিছু অংশ আমার প্রিয় দর্শকদের আমরা সবাই জানি আমেরিকার টাইম স্কয়ার হয়েছে অনেক ফেমাস একটা
Hi.
How are you?
All right. How are you?
That's New York police.
Yes. Yes. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh, that's
Yes.
beautiful. Oh, nice. I never visited Canada. So.
You never visit or visit?
Never. Never.
Never. Why?
Why? I haven't had the chance. Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Welcome
One day.
to
One day.
Canada.
One
Welcome
day.
to Canada.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
The crossroads of the world, the center of the universe, the heart of the Great White Way, and the heart of the world. All of these names refer to none other than Times Square. Located in the heart of Manhattan, Times Square is a major commercial intersection, tourist destination, and entertainment center in New York City. Situated at the junction of Broadway and 7th Avenue, Times Square stretches from West 2nd Street to West 47th Street. One of the reasons people know about Times Square is because this is the site of the annual New Year's Eve ball drop, where an estimated 1 million people gather in Times Square to ring in the new year. This official tradition of dropping the ball down the flagpole atop One Times Square began in 1907 and still happens every New Year's Eve. What many people do not know is that Times Square has not always gone by that name. Prior to 1904, this area was known as Longacre Square. The name change came about when the New York Times moved their headquarters into the newly erected Times building located at One Times Square. Today, few people visit New York City without making a stop in Times Square. In fact, it is one of the most Instagrammed locations in the world. The hashtag Times Square alone has 3.7 million tags. It is reported that roughly 40 million people visit Times Square in a year, with more than 50,000 people going through Times Square each day. While Times Square today is a major tourism and entertainment hub, it was in the early 1900s when Times Square began its transition into the focal point of New York City that it is today. Over the years, there have been many high and low points in the history of Times Square. To start with, the first skyscraper, the Flatiron Building, rose to stand above the city in 1903, and the first electric lights and signs started to appear in the area. During the Roaring '20s, a building boom took place, and advertising was on the rise, both in size and price. The Depression of the 1930s had a major impact on those who lived in and around Times Square. Those who were accustomed to the luxurious lifestyle, many were forced to move away. The building boom came to a standstill, but the New Year's Eve ball drop continued to take place year after year. The year 1940 saw the first shopping building open with central air conditioning, Tiffany & Company. It was also here in 1945 that the largest crowd Times Square has ever seen gathered to celebrate victory in World War II. 60s and 70s saw the Yankees win their 5th consecutive World Series. The United Nations headquarters building was built, and the World's Fair opened in 1963. But it was during this period of history that Times Square's reputation began a decline that would carry through the 1980s. Homelessness was rampant, crime was high, and the drug trade was flourishing in Times Square in the 80s. Times Square began to change in the 90s when Rudy Giuliani tried to redevelop and rezone the area. This effort helped Times Square become the safer and more family-friendly attraction that it is today. It was in 2009 that parts of Broadway were blocked off to make the area more pedestrian-friendly for tourists who were hopping from shops, restaurants, and theaters. Called the Billion-Watt Neon Circus by the New York Times, Times Square is vastly different from its origin in 1904 and even from what it was 20 years ago. When you visit New York City, make sure to stop by Times Square, but allow me to suggest that you visit both in the daylight and after dark. The feel of Times Square is vastly different when you have seen the contrast between all the advertising signs in the daylight and then when you see them and you feel the heat radiating off of them at night. It was kind of like a sensory overload after dark. So when you visit Times Square, be sure to get a daylight and an after dark experience. Enjoy.
What are you doing?
Yes, you can record it.
The shoes look too big.
Oh my God. たものない。Gesek. Uno forse, gesek işes. Yana raytına. Konuda konuşmuş. Gigante no es. 나온다. 요때요. 하나다테 kuno সময় ইনসাইটে খাইতে দিত না কিন্তু আমেরিকা is আমেরিকা. আমেরিকা কোনো হানো তুলনা হয় না. Sorry. কিন্তু অত এক্সপেন্সিভ. Oh my god. 어떤 센터 가려니? Yes.
You know,
يلا